So yes students, I hope you have understood the second part of the video of story of Kish. Today we will end the story. We will see what happens finally to Kish. Let us continue from where we had left. I remember I had told you about we had stopped at the place where Kish had ordered all the village people to make a big igloo for him, isn't it? So this is the big igloo that was built for Kish and his mother. What is his mother's name? Ikiga. Ikiga is the mother's name. So this was the big igloo that was built for Kish. And it was very kind. We had spoken about how it was so sweet of Kish, or it was so touching, and Mother's Day is round the corner, isn't it? So everything is coming together. Lockdown situation, best time to listen to a story of Kish, where you can't go out, you're inside the situation. Storytelling, yes. And the second coincidence, Kish and his mother, yes. And Mother's Day around the corner, so very, very relevant. What are you doing for your mothers, by the way? Yes, making a card, baking a cake is not enough. I'm telling you, as a mother, I'm myself a mother. I would best appreciate if you start feeling for everybody. If you feel for everybody in the family, if you start understanding without being told, see if somebody is feeling tired or somebody is not liking something, if you can understand those things, and if you grow into a very sensitive and a sensible individual, that's what mothers will be happy about. If you can do your own little things and not expect your mother to help you out for those things. Not just on Mother's Day, every single day. Will you do that? Like Kish, see, at least he thought of his mother. And he knew that once upon a time they lived in great prosperity, and Ikiga must be missing those days. So when he was able to do it, he commanded the villagers and they all followed him. Why? Because he was getting enough food for them, and food is the most basic thing for survival, isn't it? We all know that. So, and the igloo was built accordingly, and Kish and his mother moved into it, and it was the first prosperity she had enjoyed since the death of Bok. Nor was material prosperity alone hers. She came to be looked upon as the first woman in all the village. So along with power comes prestige. So people who are powerful, they get a lot of respect in the society. So she got that, which she had yearned for. YEARNED means when you long for something, when you really wish for something earnestly and you want that to happen, that is it. You yearn for respect, isn't it? Yearn for respect. But it was the mystery of Kish's marvelous hunting that took chief place in all their minds. Everybody, no matter what they are doing, what they are saying, what is that one thing which is constantly going into their heads? How did Kish kill? How was he hunting? How is that small boy doing such an unimaginable thing? And one day Uggluk taxed him with witchcraft to his face. So he accused him. He taxed him means he accused him, he confronted him, and he blamed him. You are practicing witchcraft. So Kish, look at his reply. Very nice, very interesting. Is not the meat good? Don't you like the meat? Is the meat of some quality, bad quality? Why are you saying this? How do you know that there is evil spirits? That means the meat is bad. Kish made. How does not know that the witchcraft be concerned? That it is witchcraft by which I am hunting. Is the meat bad? Very logical question. Or dost thou guess in the dark? Means just guessing, huh? Just throwing up some guess. You're just assuming, jumping to conclusions. Guess in the dark. Guess in the dark is an idiom. Please underline. Means jumping to conclusions. Fine. Uggluk withdrew discomfited. He did not expect this, so he withdrew. What is he saying? He got a little uncomfortable. But the council one night, it was determined to put spies on his track. So they started spying him. They wanted to find out really what is the secret. Okay, so they decided to send some spies. So whom did they? Bim and Bon. Alliteration? Yes. Bim and Bon, two young men and the hunters, the craftiest, cleverest, very, very clever, craftiest, followed after him, because spies need to be clever, because you will be caught, isn't it? Because Kish is also a clever man, boy. And so if Bim and Bon are not clever, they might get caught, and they didn't want that to happen. Spies should never be caught. After 5 days they returned, their eyes bulging and their tongues a tremble. Tongues a tremble, alliteration, means eyes bulging. Their eyes were bulging and tongues were trembling, means they could not speak. When do your tongues tremble? When you cannot speak, when you are lost for words. The council was hastily called in Klosh Kwan's dwelling, and Bim took up the tale. So Bim started saying, they all went inside. Where? Inside Klosh Kwan's house, igloo. They all gathered there and shh. What happened? Tell us. Bim started the story. Brothers, we journeyed on the trail of Kish, and midway of the first day, he picked up with a great he-bear. Means he started a fight with a he-bear, a big one. Yet was the bear not inclined to fight. Now the bears, see, in animals, they never like to hunt people unless they are hungry. Only men hunt just for sport. But in those days, they also used to hunt not for sport but for food. So Kish, when he went there, he started irritating the bear. The bear was no mood to hunt. He was not hungry, so he was not fighting. Yet was the bear not inclined to fight. Kish was very much unafraid, and he shouted harsh words after the bear and waved his arms about. He just started instigating him. You know how you irritate people? Like that. And the bear got angry. Right? All this while I'm quiet, so you are trying to think that I cannot do anything. Now he started pouncing on Kish, and then Kish ran. Okay. But as he ran, he dropped little round balls of ice. Okay, so he's running, and on the way he dropped some balls of ice, and the bear stopped to smell, and he found some food. Smelled food, and then swallowed them up. Oh, that's nice, interesting. It was a bait. You know what's a bait? A kind of a trap. Okay. With our own eyes we saw it, Bon says, and this continued until the bear stood suddenly upright and cried aloud in pain and thrashed his four paws madly about. He means suddenly the bear stood up and he started shouting like this. What happened? The bear was in pain. He could not understand what had happened. Witchcraft, Gluk said. This is definitely witchcraft. He didn't do anything and the bear is in pain. This cannot be digested. This is something Jadutona. I know not, Bon said. Say, I am not sure. I have not seen him saying anything or putting a spell or casting a spell. But I am not sure. But I saw, whatever I saw, I am telling you. And after a while, the bear grew weak and tired. Suddenly, the bear could not move on anymore. He became very tired. And he went off along the shore ice, sitting down and never again to squeal and cry. So this is the situation. The bear settled. Okay, the bear settled down and could not get up. That was the opportunity. Kish, he took his spear, the father's box spear, and he pierced him. Okay, and the bear died. Kish followed after the bear, and for that day 3 days more we followed Kish. By this time the bear was quite sick and could crawl no further. Kish came up close and speared him to death. And then Klosh Kwan demanded. Then we left. Kish was skinning the bear and he came running. So therefore he was skinning the bear. He was taking off the skin because they use the skin for clothes, for their warm fur, and the meat they eat up. In the afternoon of the day when Kish arrived, a messenger was sent to him bidding him to come to the council. So they know now that they have seen this. Now they cannot take it so lightly. They have to ensure that he answers them. But he sent a reply saying that he was hungry and tired. See, he has been out hunting for 3 days. So he was hungry and tired, and he wanted to eat. And he said, my igloo is very big and comfortable, so why don't you come and meet? So this is called the respect that he had and the thing. So he said that, why don't you all come? He invited them. I have a big igloo, you can come and meet me and we can talk. Large and comfortable, and he could hold many men. Are you marking the alliteration? Come to the council, comfortable and could, all these are alliteration. And curiosity was so strong on the men that the whole council rose up and went to the igloo of Kish. Now they wanted an answer that day, somehow or the other. So they said, let us go. Kish was eating, but he knew how to respect his elders. So he got up, he received them, he asked them to come in, and then he continued eating. Klosh Kwan recited the information brought by Bim and Bon, and at its close he said, so, explanation is wanted. O Kish, of thy manner of hunting, is there witchcraft in it? How did you manage? You did not attack the bear, you did not touch the bear, and yet the bear was in pain. And then how did the bear suddenly fall sick and you could easily spear him down? What is it? Explain. Bim and Bon have seen you. Now you are caught red-handed. So you say, is it witchcraft? So they asked him directly. Now Kish, he was not practicing witchcraft, so he had nothing to fear. So he told them exactly what had happened. Now hear what has happened. Kish looked up and smiled. Nay, oh Klosh Kwan, it be headcraft, not witchcraft. So I've used my head, I've used my common sense, I'm an intelligent boy. So I've used my brains. He picked up a thin strip of whalebone and showed it to them. There was a whalebone. Okay. The ends were sharp as needle points. Please underline as sharp. The ends were sharp as needle points. Please underline that. The strip he coiled carefully till it disappeared in his hand. Then suddenly releasing it, it sprang straight again. So what is it? He coiled it carefully. So what? Have you seen a spring? When you you are able to bend it, and then when you leave it, it becomes like this. So what did he do? He has used that whalebone. He has bent that bone and made it into, and he has put some ice around it, and he had put some blubber. Blubber means some fat, animal fat. Okay, the animal fat which is there under the skin. He put that and he rolled it up in ice. It was like this. So it was round. So when the bear ate it up, and when it goes in, the whalebone sprang back to its place. So one takes a small chunk of blubber and thus makes it hollow. Then into the hollow goes the whalebone, so tightly coiled, and another piece of blubber, it is fitted over the whalebone, and after that it is put outside where it freezes into a little round ball. So they don't have to even put ice, he just keeps it outside, snowfall collects on that thing and it becomes round. The bear swallows the little round ball, the blubber melts. The blubber is fat, so it melts, and the whalebone with its sharp ends stands out straight. The bear gets sick, it starts hurting everywhere, it starts piercing the bear inside. So all the intestines and everything gets torn apart. Okay, so, and when the bear is very sick, why, you kill him with a spear, it's quite simple. And Ugluk and oh, and Klosh Kwan said, ah, and each said something and all understood. Wow, what an innovative way of hunting. He was a very smart boy. And this is the story of Kish, who lived long ago on the rim of the polar sea. Because he exercised headcraft and not witchcraft, he rose from the meanest igloo to be the headman of his village. And through all the years that he lived, it is related, his tribe was prosperous, and neither widow nor weak one cried aloud in the night because there was no meat. So with that, we come to the end of this lesson. So there are many things that we have learned from this story, isn't it? Did you like the story? First, you tell us. Yes, you like the story. So you have met the character of Kish, you have met the character of Ikiga, you have met the character of Bok. You've also met the character of Klosh Kwan and Ogluk and Ikiga and Bim and Bon. These are the characters you met. So can you tell us something about each character, what kind of people they were? So that is something that you will think about for the next Zoom class. Okay, so you will be thinking about we will describe these characters, and what can you think about it. And the story will have a message. I'm sure it has not more than one, it has more than one messages. So, and a very, very happy Mother's Day to each one of your mothers. Yes, do convey it on my behalf. Fine. And do something nice for your mothers like Kish. I'm sure Kish's mother must have been a very proud lady when she died, seeing her son taking up the position of his father. Like his father, he also became the head man. So that must have given a lot of pride to his mother. But just a thought, did it come so easy? No. He had to exercise his head, and he also had to go out hunting so many days together. It was hard work. So nothing comes without hard work, students. So a little bit of luck is important, definitely, but hard work is the most important ingredient in a success, in somebody's success. Hard work. And the last one is your common sense. If you are intelligent, if you are smart, and your smartness and wisdom, it comes from reading. The more you read, the more information you gather. Okay, and the more you talk to old and wise men, wise people, wise ladies of the house, elders of the family, you give respect to get respect. Yes, so we learned so many beautiful things from Kish, isn't it? That he used to respect each and every one. He was so fair to everybody. He loved his mother. He was proud of his heritage. He always aspired to be like his father. He was a very, very hard-working boy. And he knew how to respect his elders, but he also at the same time, he knew how to stand up for his rights. So even though you may have a lot of talents, but unless you stand up for your rights, and unless you tell people about yourself, and unless telling is not important, you'll have to prove yourself. He made a promise and he went out and he came back with food, not once, every time. Fine. So he was a man of his words. So if you want to be somebody so successful and so looked upon and honored like Kish, you will have to imbibe these qualities. So I'll leave you with this thought, students, and I will upload a question assignment also, and you could look at it and practice that. Then the final worksheet will be sent on next Wednesday, where it will be on the story of Kish and a little bit of nouns. I'm sure you're still not confident about the nouns, so you need more practice. So you look at the videos again, you look at the consolidated sheets again, and you practice more, and we will come back. Okay, so meet you in the Zoom class, and mark all the alliterations. Fine. And we will learn a new figure of speech very soon, which we have seen in this lesson. We have learnt alliteration. There's one more figure of speech we will learn, which it is there in this lesson, and then we will learn more about it. Okay, stay safe, stay home, and help your parents out. Okay, be thankful and grateful that you have a safe home to live and you have food to eat. That's what else do you expect? So many people are dying, isn't it? So, bye.